it's easier to flip. All right, ladies, I'm so excited you guys are here. Okay. Claire, I know I've chatted with you about coaching a zillion times and you're in my group. Amanda, I know you've been on one of these calls before. So I'm just excited for y'all to hear from me and Jessica. Jessica is another coach on our team and one of my good friends. And we met through coaching. And so also Claire, Jessica is from Stuttgart, Arkansas. Another Arkansas girl in the house.
I told Kristen earlier, we're not prepared for this ice that we have right now. So I might just drop from the call at any point in time, y'all.
So if we lose Jess, it's because of internet issues with the ice storm that Arkansas is having right now. Nice. But I'm just excited. I know y'all both know a little bit about what we do as coaches, but because you've been exposed to it, but I'm excited for you to hear me and Jessica, both of our stories, because they are so different in how coaching can kind of fit into honestly anybody's life. And it's just something that is so flexible and has been such an incredible blessing for us. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Kristen. I am married to my husband, Hunter. This is our little family over here. My dog, Coda, and I am at 10 weeks pregnant. So we're expecting our first little one later this year. I've been coaching for almost 3 years, which is insane. It has flown by and has been one of the best journeys of my life, because in the past 3 years, I actually started coaching after we found out my husband was going to be moving temporarily for a stateside deployment. He's in the military. So we found out, hey, you're going to have to go to South Carolina for 6 months. And I was like, well, we just got married like a couple of years ago. Like, I don't want to split up for 6 months when you're going to be in South Carolina. I can go with you. So I put my career on hold, picked up everything, moved with him to keep our family together. And at the time I was in my coach's accountability group, and it was just so much fun. I was getting crazy results internally and externally. And I was like, this is amazing. And then when I got to South Carolina, I was bored out of my mind. Knew that we were only going to be there for 6 months or so, and then we were going to move again. And my coach just told me, she's like, Kristen, like, you have gotten so much from our group. Why don't you think about coaching? And I was like, oh, heck no. I was like, that's not for me. Like, that is just, I don't do social media. Like, I have like 75 followers on Instagram. Like, that is not my jam. And she was like, but look at the impact that this has had on your life. You could have that same impact. And so I ended up joining because I wanted the discount. Like, I wanted the 25% discount on my shakes because I was already drinking the shakes religiously. And so I ended up joining as a coach, and I fell in love with the community. And I'm going to touch on community a little bit more a little later on, but that's kind of how I got started and where I'm at now.
Okay, and so you guys have no clue who I am, but I am Jessica. I am 32. My husband is a football coach and head softball coach for our local school district, and we have a 5.5-year-old. So I got into coaching. It's just so funny, but we went to a family vacation to a water park where I had to be in a swimsuit for an entire week around all of my in-laws, which is already like uncomfortable, basically being in your panties and bra around them. And all of these strangers walking around literally in sandals in your swimsuit all day long. I was so uncomfortable in my own body. I was at the biggest I had ever been, just not comfortable in my skin. So I had been following my now coach on Instagram for probably 6 months. And every day when she would work out and share her workout clips, I would pause her Instagram stories and write it down. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to do what she shares every day, and maybe that'll work. She invited me multiple times. I ghosted her, didn't reply at all. I just ghosted her. And finally, after this family vacation, I messaged her back and was like, I'm ready. I don't care how much it costs. Like, tell me what to do. And so I signed up as a challenger. Instantly fell in love with being able to work out from home, just like y'all know since you already do it, but being able to work out from home on my schedule, whether it be early in the morning or late at night, and just fell in love with it. I saw instant results. And so I started sharing in my challenge group all the time. So finally my coach reached out and she was like, why don't you do this also and make money off of it? And same as Kristen, I was like, nope, 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 nope. I am swamped already. At the time, my daughter was 2. I was like, no, I have a 2-year-old. My husband is gone almost every single night of the week. And I already have a full-time job. I work an 8 to 4:30 job, an hour away from my house. Okay. An hour away. I commute an hour there and an hour back home. Absolutely no. But after getting on one of these calls and listening to everybody else's stories, I thought, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try it for 3 months. If nothing happens in 3 months, if I'm wasting my money, if nobody's interested, if I fail, I'll just quit. No big deal. But I'm going to give it 3 months to try it out. And within that 3 months, we have like these goals within the business. You don't have to hit them, but it's kind of a incentive if you do. So I hit that goal every single month, my first 3 months. I hit the first rank advancement within my first month of coaching, and I instantly saw income. So I started in October, and that December, I was able to pay for all of our Christmas presents with my coaching income. And so after that, I was sold, and I guess the rest is history since then.
I love it.
Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to expect today or tonight in this call. We're going to touch on what do we do as coaches from day to day? Like, people ask me all the time, they're like, what does a coach even mean? And I basically tell them, like, I'm your cheerleader. Like, I'm just here to be your cheerleader and supporter through all of this. We're going to touch on some of the most common questions that I know I had, probably the same questions that Kristen had whenever she joined, and most common questions that the coaches underneath us have also asked. We'll talk about the coach perks, which are so stinking fun. And okay, so how do we earn money doing this? You just said you paid for all of your Christmas presents within a 3-month time span, but like, how did you do that? So we're going to talk about how do we earn an income.
There's me and Jessica in Nashville this past summer at our coach summit. It was so fun.
Yes. Okay, so the first thing I said, we're going to talk about, like, okay, well, what is a coach? Basically, our first and foremost rule is we help people get healthy. Like, that is it. That is our main focus, is to help them get healthy. And how amazing is that we have that ability? So how do we do that though? That sounds great, but like, how do we do that? First and foremost, you work on your own self. You follow a program, get you some products, and be a product of the Beachbody programs and their products. Get your results, and then you're going to share about them. While you're sharing about them, you will see how quickly people are attracted to that, and they want to know what you're doing, and they want to encourage you and support you. And during those conversations, you'll end up building a relationship with them. I can remember one of the mean girls from high school immediately started reaching out to me and supporting me. And she was like, you look great. I'm so proud of you. And like, we reconnected a relationship that we hadn't really had since middle school. We were friends in middle school and then just drifted, because that's how things go, right? So get your own results, share about them. While you're sharing, you will see how easy it is to build those relationships with others. And it doesn't have to just be on your health and fitness. Along the way, it can be relationships in all different areas of your life that you relate to other people. The next part, which is my absolute favorite part, is we run accountability groups. Some coaches do this. They do a new group every month. Some coaches run a group for an entire year, and some coaches change it up about every quarter. I do about every quarter, because after 3 months or so, some people fall off the wagon. They aren't posting as much. And sometimes it's just new to get a fresh start and get a fresh group going. How do we do that? We run it either in Facebook. That's how I run my accountability groups, but Kristen runs hers in our Beachbody platform, and it's called a BOD group. So you can run it different ways. I also have, for customers that follow our nutritional program, which is a little bit more, they get like a separate text message thread with me. So they get like double accountability. This is totally up to whatever you want to do as a coach. There's no wrong or right way to do it. We provide guidance, support, and encouragement. This is within that accountability group and my text group. I cheer them on. So anytime they post a meal, that's the most common ones that I see in my group, is they share their meals because they're proud that they're sticking to a nutrition plan. But cheer them on, comment, say, that's such great choices. Share that recipe with me. You're just engaging with them and building a friendship, just like you would with your best friend. On Fridays, we have like Friday celebrations and Friday wins. So everybody checks into my Facebook group on Fridays, probably Kristin's bod group, and we share about what happened this week. Last week, one of my girls said that she didn't see a difference on the scale, which isn't always the most important, but she felt her leggings fitting differently. They weren't near as tight and cutting into her hips when she was wearing them this week. So we just share about that and we celebrate it because that's awesome and it's fun. Sometimes it's kind of icky feeling to share those things as a challenger when you're going through that. Sorry, notification just popped up. It's kind of weird to share about that with like your friends and your family all the time if they're not on that same health journey. So the accountability group, I love it. That is my place. That's where I want people to really dig into and fall in love with our programs. Ooh, biggest question people ask here. Do we have to be a personal trainer or a nutritionist? I know nothing about that. I can't help people. Absolutely not. Beachbody has already paved the way for us. They have all of these registered personal trainers and dietitians, nutritionists that have created all this content and these amazing programs and workout calendars for us. We just kind of have to be like the liaison. We have to know what the programs are and where they're at in the Beachbody app and basically give it to our customers and let them know that these are out there and available to them. I told you earlier, I have a nutrition text message thread. I didn't know anything about nutrition until I learned the program myself. And so they'll ask questions and I just refer them to the nutrition programs in the app. And lastly, this is probably the most important one. As a coach, you have to be willing to learn some of our coaching ways. It's nothing hard. It's just how do we run our groups? How do we build a business? And to have an open mind. I know for me personally, when I started and was building my business, I didn't want to hear what my coach was telling me about sharing my fitness journey on Instagram. So at some point, you have to be willing to let those walls down and open up and listen to what the people that have been doing this for years and have this as their full-time job, listen to their advice and put it into effect.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of touch on that too, because that's not to say that we should like copy other people or look exactly like everybody else, because if you follow any amount of coaches on Instagram, everybody's different. And that is what's so cool about our coaching opportunity is we don't necessarily brand ourselves as Beachbody or Beachbody coaches. We get to brand ourselves the way we want to. We are, independent contractors with Beachbody. We use all their tools and resources, and they give us incredible trainings and they give us amazing incentives, and their compensation plan is amazing. And it's just a great coach network. But the coolest part about it is you get to make it what you want it. And you get to kind of brand it how you want it. And you will see that across the board from coaches. But there are those things, like you just have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone, try new things, fail forward. We say that all the time, fail forward, like throw spaghetti at the wall and see what works. And we're constantly changing things as we go, because that's entrepreneurship. That's running a business. And most people that start a business have zero business background. And in health and fitness, a lot of us don't have a health and fitness background. But again, I'll say, because I know, Amanda, you're interested in certified personal training and things like that. My husband's a CPT, and you can do both. You can be a CPT, nutritionist. We have had several of those on our team in the past and still do. Collegiate athletes, people who have like a lot of experience in the health and fitness industry have come over into coaching and have been wildly successful. They do have a little bit extra expertise in certain areas like proper form and knowing the muscles in detail, and that can be so valuable to your clients as well. And then when you include our nutrition programs with that, or our supplements, or our home workouts to help them when they're traveling or whatever it is, it can be really, really a great way to serve your clientele as a coach, as well as with your expertise as a nutritionist or a CPT. So just wanted to kind of add that.
Some of the top questions I know I had before I joined, the biggest one being, I don't have a large following. Like, I'm an ordinary washed up college athlete that just has friends and some family members on my Instagram. Like, I don't have that many people. I can't do this. But honestly, you don't have to, because those people, the friends that you have, if you at least have 100 followers, like they are going to be the ones that want to support you and encourage you first in this business. And over time, you'll slowly grow your following. Once you get one friend to sign up and they have amazing results and they go share about it either at work or with their friends and with their family, slowly over time, your following will build from word of mouth, from you sharing your own things and just random strangers finding you. It will come. You do not have to have a large following to start with. I think even now, let me look, I'm on my Instagram. Even now, I only have 1,500 followers. Like, you don't have to have it all, I promise. We already talked about, do you have to be a trainer? But let's talk about, I'm not fit enough yet. Like, I'm still 50 pounds overweight. Like, I can't do this yet. Oh, you guys, this is the most encouraging thing. I love when I see somebody share a reel or a random post of where they started at and their progress. Like, they're not to their final destination yet. They're at their progress. And I love following along and seeing them show up for themselves every dang day and sharing their food and their nutrition, because it makes me feel like I get to know them. And then when they hit that final goal, I'm just as excited for them as I would be for my own self. And that's what people want. They want to see your journey, how it implies to you in your life, whether it be driving an hour to work every day and you're still hustling every single morning at 4:30 with your workouts. They want to follow that. They want to see you succeed and your final result. How much time does it take? Okay. Kristen and I are totally opposite on this because I drive an hour to work and I do have a whole day job, and Kristen gets to have coaching as her primary job. So coaching is my secondary job. So let's talk about this. On Sundays, I spend maybe an hour tops scheduling out my Facebook post for the week. So every morning at 5 a.m., a post will automatically post for me in my Facebook group. And Mondays, it's talking about mindset. We really need to focus on what our mindset's going to be for the week and our goals. Tuesday, I normally do something like a Tasty Tuesday, and I'll share a recipe. Wednesday, could be anything, something encouraging. A lot of times I'll talk about our water, and this is the midpoint of the week. Where are you at with the goals that you set Monday? If you're not there yet, it's not a big deal. We're only halfway into the week. You still have halfway to go. So anyways, my whole point is I do all of those posts on Sunday. I schedule them all out. My girls know that they're going to post at 5 a.m. every single day. So that's the first part of it. It automatically does it for me. Probably about mid-morning, when I'm done checking my work emails and it's kind of dead and slow for a little bit, I will hop on Facebook and see who's already checked in for the day, who's already posted that they're worked out or that they worked out, posted their breakfast. And it takes maybe 5 minutes total to comment and like on all those things. It does not take long when you have a goal in mind. And that's my only goal for when I get to check in mid-morning, is to comment and like on all of my challengers. So that's about mid-morning. I really don't get a chance to check in again until I'm home. And I do this when I first get home, before the chaos of homework, cooking dinner, eating dinner, giving baths, and doing bedtime routine kicks in. I do another quick check-in on all the challengers that have checked in through the day. And then one more time before I go to bed, I sit down, and that's when I do my inviting to coaching. That's when most of my followers are on Instagram, is at nighttime. So that is my, what we call power hour. It's where we go, we follow other girls on Instagram that are like us. We start up conversations with them and build that relationship and trust. And then once you're ready, that's when you send an invite to either coaching or to your challenge group, whatever it might be. So I do all of my invites at night because that's when my people are on. So maybe all day total. I don't do it in the morning because it's scheduled for me. So about 15 minutes throughout the day, and then a solid hour at night is what I do. It's different for everybody though. Kristen, do you want to talk about how much time it takes you?
Yeah. So honestly, this business and this opportunity is one of those things that the work that you put in is going to be directly reflected of the result you're going to get. So if you want to put in an hour a day consistently, a good hour where you are focused and you are intentional with what you're doing during the hour, and don't worry about what to do during the hour. We go over all that kind of stuff when you become a coach. But if you can do that an hour to an hour and a half a day, you can grow a crazy successful business. My coach replaced her nursing income, which we'll talk more about income soon, replaced her nursing income by pouring into her business an hour and a half a day. She was a 12-hour shift nurse and in a hospital, and she got up before and put in like an hour of work before she went into work, and then she checked in on her clients on her lunch break, checked in on them again before bed, and spent an hour and a half on 5 days a week. And now she has tripled her nursing income. So it is, and she's been doing this for 5 years. So it is absolutely possible, but you have to be extremely intentional with your time. And like Jessica said, everybody's different. I personally have a visual impairment, so I actually put in a little bit more time because it takes me longer to do things. So I probably put in 2 to 3 hours a day, but it's sporadic throughout my day. It's in the nooks and the crannies. It's literally in the most creative ways. In the car on the way to the grocery store while my husband's driving, I'm like, sending out invites or connecting with new women on Instagram or checking in on my clients. You get creative and you find a system that works for you. And that is how we kind of make it work. So if you are intentional with your time, you can really create incredible impact and financial reward through this business opportunity.
Yeah. And lastly, this is probably the other top question. Do I have to be salesy and icky? Absolutely not. This is no different than your favorite influencer sharing their favorite lipstick and everybody saying, oh, what color is that? Where did you get it from? It's the same thing. We love these programs. So why not share about it? First of all, you believe it in your heart. You know that it's a great program. You know that you get results from it. So sharing about it's not icky. It's something that you love and that you would back up, right? You're not just cold messaging people. These, again, after you build your relationships with people, hey, I'm sorry I didn't think about it before, but do you want to join me in my workouts? Like, it seems as if in our discussions, it seems as if you need something like this, a routine. Do you want to join me? The worst they can say is no. That's all. That's the worst that can happen, is that they can say, no, thank you. I already go to the gym, or no, now's not the time for finances. That's all that can happen. So you don't have to be salesy. I think of it as, what would I ask my best friend? And a lot of times I'll read like my invite out loud. And if it sounds weird or like hard to read, then I don't send it because I don't want it to come off icky to people.
Yeah. And something that's so special about our team as being women who, who love Jesus and are here to help people, when you have a service mindset and like a servant's heart, and you want people to experience like the benefits that you've experienced yourself, or maybe you haven't necessarily experienced the specific benefits of our programs, products, and our nutrition programs, but you are passionate about health and fitness, and you know the impact that healthy living can have on someone, not just like physically, but spiritually, mentally. Like, this opportunity can totally transform someone's life. And when I think about my personal transformation and like finding freedom from bondage to food, and like finding freedom from negative body image, and I think about those things that I got to experience from my coaches group, I'm like, this is a gift. Like, I have to share this with people. They can take it or leave it, but I feel called to share this with other people because it has totally changed my life. And that could be literally what could save someone else's life. So if you have that service mindset and you are just willing to share your journey authentically, that is what's going to connect with people. That's what's going to be relatable. And that is what's going to, help you build trust with people. And it's so much easier to just like, hey, do you want to do this with me? Like, this has been amazing. And if they have a similar need that what you had when you started, or when you first started your health and fitness journey, it's literally perfect. And it just makes it seamless to invite people on the journey with you. But if you come in this with I need a paycheck, then you're going to lose joy. It's going to suck the joy right out of you. You're not going to have a good experience. And it's going to be a harder time for you to build a business. But that's what I love about our team. Our team is just so servant-hearted, and we just are here doing this because it's impacted our lives and we want to impact other people's lives. It's my turn. Okay, let's chat about the community. This is my favorite part. So in our accountability groups, the community is bomb. Coaching, bomb on steroids. Like, it is next level because, well, I've been bragging about our team, but when you join a team of like-minded women, you literally work with women who encourage you daily. It is not about competition or comparison. It is literally the most uplifting environment of women. The energy is so contagious. We build each other up and we encourage each other to dream bigger. Like, when I think about my life 3 years ago, I was stuck. I was not on a personal growth journey. I was in my own little bubble, just living my life, and I was not improving daily. But when I joined my accountability group, and then when I joined coaching, not only was my health and fitness, obviously living a healthier life, my mental health was better, my spiritual health was better. I was learning how to become a leader. I was learning how to grow a business. And like, I was personally growing in so many areas. And the women walking alongside of me were a huge part of that. Like, I think about people complaining about the workplace and like toxic coworkers and all this kind of stuff. And I think about how blessed I am to be on this team, because these women on our team are literally so edifying, so encouraging, and they're the best. So when you join our team, you are never going to be in this alone. You will have the direct mentorship of your coach and the other leaders on our team that have been here for a while, that have found great success, and that are leaders in our entire company, actually. So you will have all of the resources, all of the trainings. You'll get plugged into our team pages on Facebook, and literally every resource, training, and tool you could possibly need to grow a successful business will be handed to you. And shout out to our upline. She's amazing, and she's one of the top leaders in our entire network. So you're going to have access to some of the best training in our network. We have Monday night team calls. Those are always fun to hop on live and just have that team kind of camaraderie. If you were an athlete in high school or in college, you know what it's like to be a part of a team and to work together, to set goals together, and to run together. It is so fun. We have like text threads and Facebook threads and our team pages where we are just constantly like, what are you doing today? Let's hop on a Zoom and let's get some work done. Like, what's working for you? Like, you know, how are things going in your challenge group? How are things going on your team? Like, it's just seriously the best community. Jessica, I don't know if you want to add anything to that or not.
I do. So our team calls are on Monday nights. So I already told y'all I'm a mom. Bedtime literally rolls around right at the same time as team calls, and bedtime with a toddler does not go down easy. So I actually don't get the opportunity to hop on to our team calls live. The best part is that they're recorded and they are posted immediately after the call. So on my commute to work, I listen to the team call the very next day. So that might be something that you're thinking in your head, well, I can't do a call on Mondays at night. Like, Claire, you live in Alaska, so it might be dinner time for you when we're on our call. So they are recorded. And again, I watch them the next day.
Yeah. And before I go into income, just to finish that last slide out, like I said, everything you need, like meal plans, how-to trainings, social media trainings, all that kind of stuff, you literally will have access to. So like, you never have to worry about recreating the wheel. If you ever want to put your own spin on something, you obviously can do what you want because you are your own boss, but you don't have to. Let's chat money, because hello, we are all here to pay the bills. And to be honest, this was one of the reasons that I signed up as a coach. I stayed for the community because the community is bomb. But when I first signed up as a coach, and my coach was encouraging me to, at the time I wasn't working. We had just moved. And so I had no money coming in. I was living off my husband's income, which is, you know, not the worst thing ever, but I felt like I didn't have any way to contribute. And so when I started coaching, my very first goal was to buy my dog a bag of dog food. And I wanted to get the big bag. I was like, I'm getting the $65 bag. It's like, I'm going to invite 2 of my friends to join me, and I'm going to get that food for Coda because I want to be able to provide his food for the month. And like, that was such a big deal for me. And when I got to do that, it was so cool. And since then, I've been able to pay off my student loans, praise God. And we're about to be completely debt free in 2 months, which is amazing. And coaching has just allowed us to take a trip to Disney for my birthday that we would have never been able to do without coaching. And so it doesn't have to be this like, I want a new car, I want to replace my full-time income. That happens. It happens a lot. We have a ton of coaches on our team who have replaced their full-time incomes, doubled and tripled them. But I just wanted to pay for Coda's food. I just wanted to pay for our groceries. And like slowly but surely, I was able to do more and more. And so I want to kind of chat about how we actually earn income, because there's a few different ways. First things first, you get a discount. It's not really a earning income, but it's a saver. And so when you sign up as a coach, you get 25% discount on all products and programs, which is amazing. Second way is through commission of sales. You'll get 25% to 45% depending on what you sell. In the beginning, that's the bulk of your income, because that's where you kind of start, is just getting those sales. But as you begin to build your business and your team of coaches, and you invite, like how we're on this call, inviting you guys to join us as coaches, as that begins to happen, the impact of lives being changed is growing and growing. Because if Claire gets friends, and then Amanda gets a few friends, and then you guys get more coaches to join your team and they get friends, the impact that you're having on people's lives and how many people are getting started on their health and fitness journey is growing faster. So that is where what we have is called our team cycle bonuses. I won't go into too much detail because it can get kind of complicated with the compensation plan. All of that is public on Google. There's nothing sketchy about it, but that is where the residual income starts to happen over time. If you stay in this business long enough, you will begin to see residual income. You will begin to see passive income, which basically means income that works far along and far after you put in the initial work, which is super cool. So that is our team cycle bonus. And there are other types of bonuses as well. And then the last way is incentive trips. And this is, again, it's not direct money, but you can earn trips. Every spring we take a trip. And if you help 3 to 5 women on their health and fitness journey get started each month, you can earn this trip. So in March, me and my husband, you get a +1, yay, are going to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, for 4 days, staying at an all-inclusive resort, and it's all paid for. So that is an incredible blessing, and it's just gonna be a fun trip. I'm super excited. So those are the ways we earn income. And again, this is not a get-rich-quick business. If it was, I would tell you to run the other way, because those are sketchy, and nothing good comes from no hard work. Like, if you're going to put in the work, you'll find, you'll get what you put in, you'll reap what you sow. And so I love working hard. I love being able to put my energy into something and work hard at something and see the benefit of it, not just the financial reward, but the actual impact and the direct lives that are being changed. But also, like, I think about the Proverbs 31 woman. She worked hard. She was a businesswoman. She made money. She served people too and helped people that she didn't get necessarily paid for, but she also got paid too. And she was up before the sun, stayed till the sun went down. She worked hard. So I feel like as women, especially women of faith, we have this big issue with feeling icky trying to provide a service for someone and getting paid for it when there's like nothing wrong with doing that. We see it in the Proverbs 31 woman. So that is how we get paid. This is not a get rich quick business, and no amount of money is guaranteed. It is all, again, a direct reflection of the work and the time that you put in. So do you want to add anything, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay, these are just fun pictures from different events that have happened over the past couple of years. Unfortunately, a lot of them have gotten canceled, but hopefully everything this year is happening. But every year we have an annual coach summit where we all get together. The entire network normally gets together. Our smaller team got together this past summer in Nashville and did it virtually as a team together, but we weren't with the whole network. But these are just fun pictures just showing the in-person community, because like I said, the community is why I stayed in this business. Like, obviously the income and impacting lives and my challenge group, my clients, I love them so much. But I also love the community of the coaches and the friendships that we have built being a part of this network. All right. Okay, coach life is the best life. This is kind of like a little recap. So again, you don't have to be salesy. Like, all you're doing is sharing your journey, sharing the benefits that you have received by living a healthy lifestyle, and then in turn, helping other people do that. Like, my biggest thing was like, I was a chronic quitter, a yo-yo dieter. I would start something, do something trendy, quit 3 weeks in because it wasn't working fast enough. And this is the first thing that has helped me start and stay consistent for 3 years now, over 3 years. And like, I'm even pregnant right now and I'm still showing up for myself. And I just feel like it's so important to find what works for you. And this is what works for me. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it. So I have no issues inviting people to join me because it authentically, I feel like it can change people's lives. Again, you're going to have all of the resources that you could ever dream of, and you're never going to be alone in this business. And yeah, I keep saying the best part. I feel like everything is the best part, but another really, really great benefit of being a coach is the extra layer of accountability. I show up because I love the programs and products and they've helped me. But the reason that I show up, probably the biggest reason, is for my clients and showing up for them and being a mentor to them. And if they're getting up and doing their workouts, gosh, well, I need to get up and do my workout. Like there's so many times I've checked into my group and been like, okay, Claire got her workout done. Elizabeth got her workout done. Audrey got her workout done. Amanda got her workout done. I better get my workout done. And it just keeps you even more accountable to your own goals. And then when you start sharing your journey with people, it's like, oh, I got to stay on top of it. Now, that doesn't mean perfect because none of us are perfect. And I think that that's what's so great about what we get to do as coaches by not being fitness experts, like fitness models and our fittest self, whatever that means. But we're more relatable. We're able to just kind of show up authentically, but we do it in a way that we stay accountable because we have people to show up for. Same thing, like I feel like, and Jessica, you might can speak to this, but like I'm about to become a mom and I think about like how I want to set an example for my future kids. Like I want to be a woman of my word. I want to show up and be consistent. And that's kind of how I feel about my clients right now. Like I want to stay accountable to what I said I was going to do. And coaching adds that extra layer. And worst case scenario, you get the best shape of your life.
Absolutely. So over on the left of the screen with the blue like shirt and then her wedding dress, that is my coach, Paige. She, I feel like she'd be okay with me sharing this because she shares it on social media all the time. Yeah. She did everything before Beachbody. She did a metabolic research center, which if you don't know, it is crazy expensive. It's like $600 just to get like an initial reading of like what your body's imbalanced on and what you need in your diet plan. So expensive. She did MRC. She's done Advocare. She's done the Atkins diet. She's done Plexus. Like she has done everything under the sun and never stayed consistent with it, never saw results. And finally, she joined her sister-in-law's challenge group and immediately started losing weight. And then she started with the nutrition side of it and saw drastic results. I want to say she lost like 40 pounds before her wedding. And all of her girlfriends kept saying, what are you doing? And she was sending them to her sister-in-law, who was the coach at the time. And finally, the sister-in-law was like, why are you sending them to me? You could be making income off of them because you're literally getting your own results and sharing about it. So that's Paige's story. Absolutely amazing. She had her second baby 2 Februarys ago. She looked even better postpartum than before she got pregnant. And she's like 32 weeks pregnant again. And I can't wait to see her next postpartum journey. Next is me in the picture. So I just told y'all I was 32. So at some point in this year of my life, things have changed in my body. Hormones have changed. Metabolism has slowed down. Things have drastically changed. I don't know if y'all can see my skin, but my skin has drastically changed. And so somehow, I don't know how, over the past like year, I ended up gaining 40 pounds. And I was like, I'm about ready to give up. I told Kristen, I was like, nothing is working. And she helped me dive into 2B Mindset, which is our nutrition program. Same nutrition program that Paige follows. And since November, I have lost 15 pounds and been able to keep it off. And I'm continuing to, we call it melting mode. I'm still continuing to melt every day. So, hey, best thing that's going to happen to me, even if I don't get any customers, anything else, is I'm getting in my own best shape of my life with the help of other coaches. And because I'm a coach, I'm showing up for them, getting my own results. Kristen, you're next. That's you, sister.
So I've actually gained some weight. Well, I'm pregnant now, so I've gained like 2 pounds since being pregnant. But before I got pregnant, I'd actually, in between these pictures, I'd actually gained a little bit of weight, but it was muscle. And like that for me was like a big transformation for me, was getting control of my eating, because I had gone back and forth between like binge eating and restriction, binge eating and restriction. Like I had such a bad relationship with food that like every time I had like an emotional breakdown or I was stressed out, graduate school, my husband was deployed, or my fiance at the time was deployed. And that's when I first started my health and fitness journey. And I was in like such a bad headspace about negative body image, just trying everything to lose the weight. But then I would like fall into a gallon of ice cream because I was just so upset. And then I would restrict. And like, it was just a really vicious cycle for me. I had never invited Jesus into my health and fitness journey. I was a Christian, I was following the Lord, but I just didn't think God cared about that aspect of my life enough to like actually talk to him about it. And when I joined my coach's accountability group, I was at a place where I was like, I'm so stuck. Nothing is working. She has so much freaking joy on her journey. She is showing up like she was 8 months pregnant at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's killing it. Like she's got so much joy. She's literally growing a human, getting bigger, and she still is so confident in her body. And I was like, I need whatever she has got. Like I've got to have it. And so I joined her, and within 2 months, I had already had such an internal transformation, a spiritual, physical, mental, and I was finding freedom from food, in negative body image, and I was getting external results, which were great. But for me, it was the internal that I was like, this is amazing. Like these nutrition programs are sustainable. Like it's something that I can do and still enjoy a little treat on the weekend. Like I'm not depriving myself. And so yeah, I actually gained a little bit of weight, but I toned up a lot and I was building strength. And for me, that was like a huge game changer just in my own transformation. And now I'm growing a human, so I'm going to be going in the opposite direction for a while, but I'm so excited because for me, it hasn't been about the weight loss as much as it's been about the mindset and the like peace and joy in how I feel about my body and the confidence that I have, because I'm actually treating it well and cherishing it and, honoring it for the Lord. So that is me. And then over there on the far right is another coach on our team named Callie. She started her health and fitness journey because she had kind of gotten stuck. She was like going to the gym at the time, but her mom passed away from cancer, and she was just really grieving the loss of her mom. She needed community, and she just, I think, was just in a place of feeling lost. And so she joined her coach on Instagram because she found her on Instagram and just, needed to be encouraged. And then she got pregnant, and they kind of walked through that journey together, her and her coach. They both got pregnant around the same time and went through their health and fitness journey. She joined as a coach, and she's also been able to build a successful business as well. But her journey really talks a lot about grief and how she copes with grief through taking care of her body. Since then, she's been through a couple of miscarriages, and she's had 2 beautiful babies, and she's a foster mom, and she owns 2 different businesses, and she's still, crushing it and showing up and encouraging so many people and getting a transformation. This is her first postpartum transformation. She's on her 2nd postpartum journey now. So those are just some transformations that we wanted to kind of share, because there are people that everybody starts somewhere different. Everybody's story looks different, but we're all getting transformations of some kind.
And Kristen, I want to add in, that's what makes you so special and so specific. Like people that might relate to Callie through the grief and everything, like I probably won't be a good fit for them to be their coach. And that's okay, because I have gone through grief, but not the same way that she has. I haven't had miscarriages. So, that's what makes us so cool. Like there's not too many Beachbody coaches. We are all different in our own ways. We all lead different. And I think that part is so stinking cool that I might not be a good fit for so-and-so, but I know a coach who is.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay, so what do you do next? If this is something that you have enjoyed and are still curious about or can relate to. You feel something inside, you didn't know that this is what you needed. Maybe you've been praying for a change or for some sort of a purpose. Get with either Kristen or I, whoever invited you to this, and talk to them about how do you become a coach, what all that entails. And we will help you out. We'll walk you through it. As soon as you sign up as a coach, we'll start like the onboarding process. You know, we'll log into your account with you and make sure that you get your direct deposit set up. What do you do? Like, what's your first few steps as a coach? Because it's like, okay, well, I did it, but now what? So talk to us and we'll get with you.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that, the startup cost of this is literally investing in your own health. I mean, it is amazing. So if you already have the products and programs, you literally don't have to pay. There's a monthly business fee of like $15. Military, that is completely waived. So Claire, you could open this business for free. I started my business for free because I'm a military wife. Praise God for that blessing and the fact that our company honors military. But if you aren't military, it's a $15 monthly fee, and that covers all of the customer service. We are not in charge of customer service. We are not in charge of shipping and handling. Praise God, I don't have to house a bunch of protein in my garage. We don't take care of any of that. Our corporate company does all of that, and that's what that $15 fee covers. It also covers the cost of our coach office, all the trainings that we have access to. $15 a month, you guys, but you still get a 25% discount on everything. So you're still basically running your business for free. Like, you're starting your business for free. You're just investing in your own journey, which is such a gift. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
I want to encourage you to think about, what if I signed up for just 3 months? What could happen in 3 months? What kind of connections could I make with people in 3 months? Could I make an income in 3 months? Like, what kind of effect could this have for me? It would be for my family. My income sends my child to private school. This month, I told you guys I have bad skin. This month, it's going to also not only pay for her to go to private school, but it's also going to pay for me to get my first session of micro needling done, which we know is not cheap. So what could happen if you joined and you gave it 100% for 3 months? Worst thing, if you don't make any money and you absolutely hate it, you can quit. Your life is not over. But what would happen in 3 months?
All right. Do either of y'all have questions?
I think my question got answered, just like how much it was going to cost to get started, if it was going to cost anything at all. So that was answered. So,
sweet. Yeah, and if you guys have questions after this, like maybe you can't think of anything right now, but like in 20 minutes from now, you're like, oh, I should have asked that. Seriously, text me, Instagram me, whatever.